And people come and they're looking for help, right? We know. I know in my office people come and they're looking for somebody to get them to the next level. And sometimes it's appropriate to help them, to usher them, to walk them for as long as it takes until they can walk themselves. But that's explained. Because why? Because that's the best we can do to say thank you for this profession. The best we can do in representing this profession is to say thank you with the way we practice and say, wow, you've given me something that's going to hold me and sustain me throughout my lifetime. I can't imagine what other people are experiencing who do not have this philosophy, who do not have this understanding, or do not have this awareness from deep inside them about how amazing and supportive chiropractic is. And we know we are a special bunch. I love Guy Reepman talks about thought leadership. And I think the purpose for me and the reason why I wanted to be here is I like being a contributor. I like to volunteer to contribute. Why? I believe that no matter what I say, I'm stimulating something in you that needs to be stimulated. Whether you agree or disagree, you're waking up to your potential. You understand? This is not about you agreeing with me. This is not about me trying to convince you to practice a certain way, because I look at 40 quadrillion cells in the body, each one having a specific function. I don't want you to function like me. I want you to function like you. And by sharing, hopefully you get to sift through all this information and discover more about yourself. Because when you're practicing within your own integrity, within your own knowledge, within your own awareness, within your own gifts, I know you're doing the absolute best that you can. Even though you can continue to grow. I continue to grow. I love, Dr. Cope's speech the other day, and when he got off, I said, you have a way of just helping me hone things, because I'm so into this neurological expansion, neuroplasticity, that I love growing as lateral and as far as I possibly can. And then you go to a chiropractic presentation like Dr. Cope's, and I'm telling you, for me, it was like, I was like, oh, that was a cold shower that apparently I needed. Because I'm so into this growth, new neural pathways, let's keep serving, how far can we go, right? I'm a life coach now, I'm doing all these things, and it's like, wow. Chiropractic, yeah. The adjustment, yeah. Releasing the vitalistic energies, or at least changing the qualities of them. How about this guy? Here's a philosophical question for you. No matter how evil you may be, no matter how symptomatic you might be passing away from cancer. This might be your last week on the earth, right? What if you're a newborn baby? Here's my question that's blowing my mind. You get a cut, doesn't it heal? Philosophically, we know that. We know that. So they're subluxated, and yet their body's working perfectly. And yet we want to make everything make sense. So we have to recognize that there's a lot more to healing than we think. And I've arrived at a conclusion that healthy people die. Cells have to leave, new cells have to come. I plan on dying healthy, no matter how symptomatic I may be. We all know that if you're throwing up, we say that's healthy. You ate a food poison, Staphylococcus aureus, the body's intelligence getting rid of it. That's why you're feeling so awful. There's a purpose for everything. Well, I have made a vow that I am going to die healthfully. I hope it's asymptomatically, but who knows? But I know that no matter how I go, it's going to be helpful. So, if that's the case, and the body does heal, doesn't matter whether I'm dying of cancer or if I'm the most evil person on the earth, if I get a cut, even at this stage of my life, that cut is going to heal. So she need chiropractic? Of course. Why? Is it to live? No, it's to increase the quality of her life, to increase the life expression. I love performance, optimal function. How about a baby? And we have to look at this. Sometimes we get so caught up in being saviors, that savior complex, that, people coming to us in a desperation, that we put on that hat. Here I come to save the day. We're going to get out there and we're going to help people who need help. But what do we sacrifice? The deepest support that we have, the understanding of chiropractic and chiropractic's philosophy. Now here's something I want you to consider. If there's a one-cell amoeba, and you put a stimulus in there, like you prick it, what do you think happens? Anybody know? It reacts. It moves away from the stimulus. And if it moves away from the stimulus, what is it moving toward? Toward peace. Now, we're talking about a one-cell amoeba. It does this. And in chiropractic, we're saying, don't make it about the treatment of pain, or people just want to get out of pain. This is body-mind stuff. The body doesn't want to be in pain. There's a consciousness in that cell that knows, get away from that pin. We know it as putting a hand on a hot stove. We're going to have to learn, as chiropractors, to discern the difference between a warning type of symptom and an adaptive symptom. And it's hard. Are you as a chiropractor ready to make that determination? Are you ready to assess somebody so when they're coming to you and they've got their hand on the stove, are you ready to say, stop what you're doing? What you're doing is wrong, when it could be part of the chrysalis, could be part of their growth process? But we can't assume that every pain is part of the growth process. And even if it were, explain how consciousness has encoded a one-cell amoeba to know to move away from pain. So why, as chiropractors, are we making it such a bad thing when people are just doing what their body innately wants them to do, is to get their hand off the stove or to try to find relief of pain? Now, do I think that we should promote pain and start advertising ourselves as back doctors? No. But in sharing our humanity, and people come to us in dire straits, right? You want to know why they don't get the chiropractic philosophy, why only 6% of the people, of patients, really can understand the chiropractic philosophy? It's because we're loving the people that are coming to us. It's because we are showing up, not because we're not. Think about that. People are coming to us because they want help. Are we going to sit down and get on our soapbox while they're at their lowest point when they could be going to a doctor getting drugs and they figure, I'm going to go to a chiropractor because chiropractic gives the best service? That's what they're saying. Now, we're instilled with the sacred trust to give the best service. So what do? We're going to nag them? No, we teach them about the importance of a chiropractic adjustment, the importance of keeping your body in line, and telling everybody, independent of their symptoms, everybody should be getting checked once a week. I believe that emphatically, and I think that's the future of chiropractic. Let me hear a little applause here if you agree with that. Everybody just... Guys, I'm not running for office, so that's okay, but I'm trying to awaken something in you. When somebody says everybody should be getting adjusted once a week, you hear what? You don't believe that. All right, for the people who are clapping, since there's a lot of people who aren't clapping, let me hear how much you believe